everybody, it's Miranda here from the I Am Roses design team, and I've got a super fun grungy project to share with y'all today. As most of you know, grunge is my favorite style to do, but I don't do it as much as I'd like to lately. So I made this for my honey for Christmas, and I really wanted to go super grungy. I've done the altered book stacks where they were stacked up vertically. I'm sure you guys have seen them. I did one I think for I Am Roses as well, so I'm sure you've seen it on this channel and then on mine as well. But I wanted to do a altered book stack, but I wanted to do it vertical this way instead because I'd seen a couple of things on Pinterest that I was just crazy about and really wanted to try. The matchbooks stacked up in the middle as well, so you can put like little trinkets in there, and then I told him he could put it in the shop and put nails and stuff in there. So anyway, this is the back of it, which is what typically would be on display. This whole thing is made from scratch, just heavyweight chipboard, cut to size and then covered with the paper. I used the Tattered Time stack on here, which I'd had in my stash for quite some time, and Chris had always said it was like his favorite paper that he's seen, and I never did use it, so I wanted to definitely use that for him because he liked it. So it's just a book stack, and I named them different things. I have it all wrapped in this chain, and I'm going to take that off so I can show you guys individually, but it just kind of makes it look more grungy and cool, and it just wraps all the way around. And there's tons of hidden interactive elements on here. Everything's like hinged together and clipped together, and there's just so many different like little surprises on here. I was trying to see if he could find them all, and of course he couldn't when he was opening it. So it just kind of unhooks like that, and then this comes off. And you can see the front here, what it looks like. This one's got the matchbox for the drawers, and then this one's got like a metal tin in the middle of it. So every one of the books is different. I'll open them all up and show you, but I wanted to give you an overview really quickly. This was a very time-consuming project. I think I was adding up my hours, and it took me about 40 hours to do this because everything is built from scratch. And I named all of the books something different. This one is Beauty and the Beast, which Chris says he's the beauty and I'm the beast, but I disagree. But this paper is really cool, as you guys can see. I really loved it. And I told him I had to use some flowers on here. I can't do anything too grungy. My style is girly grunge, so I can't ever go like full out and leave my beautiful I Am Roses flowers out. So there's that book, and it says Beauty and the Beast. I guess I'll show you this one first. And then over here on the side, it says Live kind of dangling down. I attached some chain to the inside of the binding. And then Honey Biscuit Bug is what I call him. So that's the, as if it was like the author down there dangling with just a little locket and stuff. And there's the back of it. But I really took my time with this, making the books and making them seamless, and I found some great tutorials and stuff on how to do it, so I had a lot of fun doing that. This is a Martha Stewart mold that I bought from Amazon, and I really love it. And then this is of course an R77 flower, one of my favorites, and I just misted it with a couple of different colors. I think Opal Sea Oats from Lindy Stamp Gang and Well Watch Blue, I do believe, from Lindy Stamp Gang as well. And these are the little rose leaves, and I just kind of went over them a little bit with some black just to kind of hit those raised areas. So that is the cover of it, and then I have a little latch over here to keep it closed. And then the inside of it, you can see I really took my time and did the binding, or covered the chipboard really well, and then I just drilled a hole through there to put the little jump ring in. And here is the inside of it, and it is a metal tin that I'd had in my stash. I do believe maybe some Tim Holtz Christmas cards came in it, and it had like an acetate cover on it. Of course I took that out and I added some chicken wire kind of coming in and out, but it does open up, so there's the outside of it. You can kind of see into the little shadow box, and it's all been like gessoed and textured and just grunged up a little bit. And then I drilled a little hole through with my Dremel tool again to add that closure. So it opens up like that, and you can see where I'd put the chicken wire for the outside of it just kind of randomly in there. And this is just like a little shadow box area. I used a big frame in there from Michael's, and I spelled out my love with some wire, some galvanized wire that I do like my hangers and stuff out of. And I just added a ton of different layers. There's paper in the background. I've got a Tim Holtz corked file up here with a little actual message in there. There's actually a message in there that you can open up and take out. I've got little metal trinkets everywhere. This is a little ruler piece, a little washer, and I have one of the tiny little R3 roses from I Am Roses in there. And then over here I have like a old pitchfork kind of charm type deal that I had in my stash with a little keyhole. This is from skybluepink.com. These are the R3-505s. It's a you get black, white, and then the black and white two-toned in the package. This was a black and a white one. Of course, they got misted and altered. These are from the paper line. I cut these alphas out, HB for Honey Biscuit. That's what I call him. I got a little Cherish Tim Holtz token over here with a little piece of a clock part, cog, whatever you want to call it, on there. The frame was black, so I painted some of it white so the mist would take to it differently. I've got a memento metal corner piece back there in the background. This is a R40 flower that I took just a couple of layers and have it coming in and out just for some added interest down there. A Tim Holtz plaquette with another little watch part on it. Tim Holtz light bulb, of course. Another Tim Holtz metal bird, which I kind of looped the metal from the E and trolled it down, and the bird is resting on that. Have a little spool back there in the background, or a bobbin I think it's called, from a sewing machine. I've got a couple of watch parts back there. Really hard to make out on camera, but they're back there. And I have a Tim Holtz quote plaque that says, "Know in your heart you are loved," back there in the background, and then a Prima clock with another little game spinner on it. And then also this little metal chess piece that's just absolutely beautiful. So that is the inside of the first book. And this one is called Beauty and the Beast, of course. Okay, and then the next one is just, this one's called Tales of Prince Charming on the spine. And then this is a Melissa Francis resin crown, and I cut the C out from the paper line. And he always likes when I handwrite things. He thinks it just is more personalized, so I just hand wrote all my titles and stuff instead of stamping them out. So this book, I use that same Tattered Time paper, and then this is all match boxes, and they all open up. Of course, it's hard for him to open them because he don't have nails. I didn't really think about that, but the brads are the pulls for all of them, and they all just open up. I didn't line the inside of them, but if he puts it on his shelf, I'm going to put like some nails and stuff in there. Maybe he won't use it, maybe he will, but all these are just little baby drawers that open up. And then also a little interactive element. When I was putting this together, I had this idea to let the binding open up, so I velcroed this down. And then the binding opens up to this little secret compartment back here. And I have just a little message in there on some Tim Holtz fragment pieces. And it just says, "I love you with all my heart." And then a little message down there on the bottom. So the binding opens up to this little compartment that has the chain with those dangling on it. And then it just closes back up. And he didn't realize that happened. I was letting him see if he could figure out how it all worked, and he couldn't figure that one out. And then this one doesn't have a title because the spine was so little. I just added this little lion door knocker from Sky Blue Pink, little baby charm, and I just grunged it up a little bit because it was like pure brass. And again, I used that same paper. And this one is just dressed up all the edges too as well, and just dressed it up with black soot. So this one opens up and it is like an accordion. Hopefully y'all can see how cool this is. It's like a little photo album. But I used a bunch of the papers and just adhered them together and accordion folded them to do that. And there's room for more pictures. And then it's also really cool because it can like go out like that, but then it goes right back together. So Chris was having fun treating it like it was a slinky or something, but I just put a bunch of pictures of us in there. So that is that one. And then the last one over here is called The Welder of Oz, because my honey is a welder and a machinist, so I thought that was kind of cute. Again, this is one of those Martha Stewart frame molds. I just used some resin there to make that. This is a R3-505 flower right here. And this is a, I can't remember off the top of my head, but of course there will be a link to my blog below, and I'll have all the product description and then linked back to the I Am Roses store so you guys can go check out. And then this is just those rose leaves again. And everything's just been inked up a little bit and sprayed. Again, I use the same paper here. Really love this paper. Up here I have one of those Prima resin angel wings and the little heart piece that comes with it. And I just put Lindy Stamp Gang, Well Watch Blue, and some Perfect Pearl sprays. Just different kind of sprays to get it really shimmery and grungy looking. So that's up there on the top. This was his favorite sheet out of the entire line, so I definitely wanted to use that for the bigger book. So I put that there. And then it's held closed with these little pincher type closures, and I just attached like some gears and some screws and a big key dangling down from there. And then it just opens up. And then the inside, of course, is all lined as well. And then back there's the binding. As you can see, I did triple up on the paper here, so it's not just one paper. It's actually the paper from the outside because it's not double-sided. So I have one sheet facing outward, a plain cardstock in the middle, and then a piece of that cardstock facing inward. So it's really, really sturdy because I felt like one piece was just flimsy. So this is really thick and it's really sturdy. So this is just like a little configuration box. These are actually taken from a configuration box. The compartments are, and it's two long narrow ones and then one bigger one at the top. I'm going to line the sides all with paper, and then this is work in progress, and it just kind of supposed to be like me, the inside of me anyway, if you will. Kind of symbolic, he knows what I'm talking about. I don't really want to get into it, but I draped tons and tons of chain, and what I did is, before I covered this with paper up here, I drilled holes through with my Dremel tool and just used wire to adhere all of these different chains in there, and that's those Tim Holtz Alphas, and it spells out work up there. Lined all the inside. I have a Tim Holtz game spinner here with a little gear. This is the Martha Stewart mold again, a little corner piece. I have a Tim Holtz plaquette in the center, another little, I think that's a Melissa Francis resin piece, I don't quite remember, and then a Prima clock and then a Prima clock handle there in the center, and everything's been grunged up, of course. Here I have like some of the music note paper. I actually think this wasn't from the paper line, this was from my stash, and it has a heart there, and it's work in progress. I put the N right there, Tim Holtz Alphas, and then this is another little resin piece here, another Tim Holtz metal gear, and then one of the mini metal gears in the center there. Have a little washer down here, a big door handle back there. I just thought it looked good in there, and a little wrench to kind of symbolize him working on me, and then a little key over here, and then progress I just hand wrote because he really likes it when I personalize it like that. So that is that one. Everything's been sprayed super shimmery, whether it'll show up on camera or not. Everything is almost like glowing. It's so shimmery, so it's really pretty. But I just lined all the sides with the music note paper to cover up where I had drilled the holes at. So that is that box, the last one. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Again, there will be a link to my blog below, so you guys can get all the product description for I Am Roses, and of course a direct link to I Am Roses down below, so you can go show Bun some love. She's super sweet. I mean, I'm not being biased when I say we have the best flowers. They're just amazing, and our design team packages are always such a blessing, and I just love creating with them. So anyways, hope everybody's having a wonderful new year so far. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!